Oh, ready? This is the tool I use for opening the gill, so I can see inside to where the gonad is. These are the scissors for cutting the byssus, which is the bunch of threads that attaches to the oyster to the rock, or whatever it's. That's the byssus. That normally comes out of there. This is the cutter, which is used to make the incision and to cut the pass to where the site of the nucleus is going to be. This is the spike for picking up the mantle. And this is a suction tool for picking up the nucleus. That holds on there by capillary attraction. And the small end of this has a different shape, which is used for pushing the nucleus to the site. These ones are for cutting the mantle, preparing the mantle pieces. This is just a pair of tweezers, and this is the one for cutting around the edge of the mantle. First off, when you pick it up, you can usually tell from how strong it feels whether it's healthy or not, and most of these shells are okay. So from there you go to open up the gills with this tool here. You can use any kind of spatula for this job. So you open up the gills and you look at the gonad, which is this bit here, and you lift it up to see how thick it is, how deep it is, which will give you an idea of the size bead you're going to put in it. And also you have a general look at the oyster to see whether it looks like it's one of the ones that's going to deflate a lot. And if it is, that means that you've got to expect for the gonad to shrivel, and that you'll have to use a smaller nucleus than you would from your first assessment. Mantle. There you can see you see that all right? There's the nucleus with the mantle stuck on the front of it.
Quite clear.
Yeah. Usually you check to see how the mantle's sitting. This time you can see it from the top, sometimes you can see it underneath. Usual. This sponge sucks the mucus off the piece. Otherwise, you can see how shiny it is there. That'll make it difficult to sit on the board. And this little part here, see that little tit under there?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the gill crosses, so we chop that bit out. And then we chop the rest up into little squares. I'll leave that bit because there's a chomp out of the mantle there. Looks a bit thin, that one. And we put it on this sponge because A, it keeps it nice and moist, and B, it's easier to pick up from there.
Very much. Okay, I'm the bag lady.
And what I'm doing is I'm putting bags on the shell after the technician has operated, so that in 6 weeks' time, if the bead has been spat out by the oyster, we'll remove that shell off and chuck it, and we'll know the ones that have still retained the nucleus, and hopefully a few 18 months down the track, they'll be producing a pearl for us. And that's the reason why we put these bags around the shell.
And this is what we always do, we always put them like this.